Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another exciting scene of Living Worlds of Darkness rage across New York. Mostly as Shinlo is basically doing his cooking with his crock pots. Basically, he just got back from having an ordeal, getting trapped there for 24 hours. So basically, he is looking at his cookbook and he is cooking all manner of things, bowls, all type of shrimp and stuff, southern cooking. He is very much on edge right now, but he is trying to keep himself busy by cooking. And basically, whoever comes by can smell it from basically the side of the Wormfoes cabin, basically. That's where we'll begin our scene.
Go ahead, Felix.
Huh?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh. What I was thinking, um, Felix, Felix would have a bit of an eye on Shinlo from afar. Just for a little bit. Around the point like he gets real preoccupied with cooking, time that Felix gets his snitch boots on, heads on over, no, heads on over to the Wormfoes cabin. Was it shaving a haircut?
Yeah, funny enough, Skavgard comes the uh, from the darkness, coming into light from that's provided by the cabin and stuff. He was actually not in there. He seemed to have walked around the sept, I guess, looking at the obvious places where he thought Shinlo might have been. And then he, finally smells that familiar smell of Shinlo's cooking, and basically, like Toucan Sam again, follows his nose and finds himself back where basically he started this evening. Um, he seems to be in a rather good mood, a very, very kiddish mood, a very petty mood. Um, he definitely has that smugness to his face um, as he approaches and kind of just stands there with most of his weight on one foot as he reaches into his pocket and grabs a cigarette, lights it, and then looks at Shinlo as if to study over him. And Eric's doing this very obviously.
Yep.
Shinlo is basically. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say Felix Skavgard, totally not in his cabin. Walk by and towards the source of the smell, the fantastic smell. Gets around and joins them.
Anybody want to explain what the fuck happened? He kind of looks to Felix.
Felix looks at Shinlo.
Shinlo will basically he will be kind of moving like robotically as basically he continues to cook until somebody like just speaks up. Like he's still cooking, like he's just mixing stuff up, And when you look over to the tea table, there's a lot of food on the table.
I'm not gonna wait for the fucking apocalypse to get answers. Fucking speak up now, unless you want my fist in your face. I'm not waiting any longer. Fucking tell me what happened.
So, I noticed that Shinlo hadn't been around, and I wasn't the only one. a group of us went out in search of him. Aiden was there and used his pulse of the prey to locate Shinlo, and that's where we found him caught in the gauntlet.
Shinlo, you left the sept.
And then Shinlo basically like when he say that, he'll look up and he'll kind of like snap back. Oh, Eric, Raya, I didn't see you. And then he'll look around kind of confused and like, oh, and basically he'll get down on his knees and basically bow like to, if you have time, I'll explain the full story, but there's no excuse to my actions.
Oh, I got plenty of time for your story. Please indulge me. And you can get up.
Of course. And basically, he will kind of gesture over to the table if they wouldn't mind having a seat.
No, I'm not having a seat right now. Tell me, talk.
Well, after my patrols, I was doing one more go around the bond, and I was faced with the caller of the wild, Rebecca Ryan. She is a Adrian stargazer of the nation. She was telling me basically, time I went out, I saved her kinfolk for being, bamboozled by thugs. Thanks was given, and basically we talked about my brother Kong Lo, and they seem to be after a particular artifact. Now this is the part where it's going to get kind of crazy. And you was right. I would like to just tell you that you was right, and if you was right. So basically, what happened is she told me about a man called Mr. Yi, who owned a pawn shop in Chinatown. Now, I thought this was going to be, as you said before, our lives are not normal, but I was just planning on doing a pop in and pop out and return it back. But that didn't go so well.
I am so fucking surprised.
You were right. I would just say you were right, and it's kind of scary. But when I went there, and realized that I kind of realized that this was a bad idea. He takes out his phone basically, and he'll press a button and start showing you footage of basically a man of Asian descent coming into the store and just basically just taking out a knife and just jackhammering the dude in the neck with a knife, just stabbing him, and then just looking around like he just basically starts searching the store. And then just almost seemed like he roars, then he basically goes to the cash register, steal money, and then goes out. And that man was the man who basically who runs with my brother's pack, and he killed Mr. Yi. So I was investigations and I was stupid, and I went into the Umbra successfully, but didn't get out.
So basically, you never really went into the Umbra. You just got stuck between. And how long were you there for?
But before, I was there for 24 hours, but I did manage to get into the Umbra. I just couldn't get out. But
24 fucking hours, Shinlo? 24 hours, Shinlo?
Shinlo kind of hang his head down, like scratch his bald head.
Look, dude, I don't know what I gotta do to keep you from having these bad ideas before you go off leaving Sept. But if I gotta fucking like chop off your legs so that you can't fucking move, I'll do it. You got a whole pack looking after you here. And you got a whole pack of BSDs looking to kill you out there. I approve of your initiative. I want you to go out and do things, especially things that matter to you, that are just this close to your heart, especially with this matter with your brother. But you got to clue us in on it too, and make sure you take us with you, because it saves you from shit like this. I don't know how else to tell you to think before you do something. And I'm a fucking Arun. I'm supposed to be the one that thinks less. So tell me, how do we fix you in order to make you not do this again?
Oh, let me just tell you, I'm not doing this again. I think I'm probably going to stumble onto another dead body.
You know what? You told me that the last time, and you basically just spit in my face because you're basically like your word doesn't mean shit. You told me that the last time. So I need action this time. What are you gonna do?
I know what to do. And basically, he will take out basically this thing that looks like basically like it looks like a cat of nine tails. This will do nicely. Every time that we disrespected one of the masters of the sect that I come from, every time we did something, we were tasked to, do this. He will hit himself with basically the cat of nine tails, basically inflicting 1 point of lethal on him, and then he will do it again. Then he will do it again, basically putting himself doing 4 lethal to himself. And basically, he'll kind of, he's just taking the pain. He just, and then he will hand it to Eric.
Eric's upon seeing this, like it's something almost visceral and primal for him, but not something foreign. Especially being a Geta Fenris, like this type of violence is not something that's uncommon. So he doesn't seem to flinch or anything, but his stature seems to come taller, like his breathing becomes more pronounced, in a sense. And once Shinlo hands him over this cat of nine tails, Eric will basically take it, run his hand down it, basically squeegeeing the blood off of it, and then walk over to Shinlo, grab him by the face with his bloody hand, kneel into him, and say, "Don't do it again." Come to your pack if you need to leave. The city is dangerous. I hope you understand this now. And then he'll remove his hand and look him in the eye. Do you understand me?
Of course, Alpha.
And then he'll take the cat of nine tails and then toss it at Shinlo's feet or knees, wherever he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll turn and grab like some kind of like cloth and start wiping the blood off his hand, whatever excess blood is on his hand. And then he'll turn and look to Felix. Did he let you know? Did he let you know he was leaving?
Felix has his cheeks stuffed with like crab cakes, and he has kind of a shocked like expression on his face. Kind of snaps back to it. Sorry.
You motherfucker. Sitting here trying to have a serious moment with our fucking pack mate who can't seem to get himself straight. You can't back me up. You gotta stuff your face with fucking crab cakes?
It's really good though.
I should fucking beat you with that fucking cat of nine tails too.
Like Felix offers him a crab cake.
Give me that fuck. He just takes it and he just fucking pitches it into the darkness.
Oh.
Fuck your crab cake.
Well, this is not my spreadsheet.
He turns around and he points to Shinlo. Say something to him fucking constructive or something. More clear-minded, not so much, you know, like a proper beta would. God damn it.
Yeah. Shinlo, that we did just talk about this. When I still had problems adjusting to the Sept of the Green, I didn't really reach out either. I didn't ask for help, and I tried to do everything myself. And as a result, I nearly fell to the Weaver. Not everyone on Sept knows that. I'm choosing to trust you with it as well as my packmate. And I say this just to prove how serious this point is.
It won't happen again. I promise you that.
Make sure it doesn't. Come to us if you need to leave. You don't need to be going out there alone. Hell, I don't even go out there alone, and I'm one of the biggest, baddest motherfuckers on this Sept.
Right you are.
But I know better. Because I may be strong, but the pack is stronger. And that's how we survive. Together. Do you both agree?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Good. Now let's discuss this artifact that your brother is looking for. Do you know what it is, what it's about, what it does, what it means?
Well, what? And basically, it goes over, pour some tea for people. You know, put a bottle of put a bottle of whiskey on the table just in case people want to spike theirs or something, whatever. So used to seeing Aiden do it. So basically, he just puts it right there, and then just the he's looking for something called the Jade Eagle, and Jade represents a very powerful meaning in my tribe, and also to other supernatural creatures as well. It is the embodiment of one soul, one spirit, and power. I don't know what he wants or plans to do with it, but whatever it is, it can't be good. Congo has always been somebody who's always been out there for a purpose. He's always been goal oriented.
Has there been any kind of mention of this gold or this Jade Eagle being used by anybody in the past, like in your history, like cultural history or anything?
I'm gonna have to do more research about it, but the last time I heard about jade being used was basically, they just basically these children would just start thinking, well, my knowledge don't even dip that far. I still got a lot to learn, but must be must be powerful if he's going after that.
All right. So that's where this begins. We need to understand what kind of meaning this Jade Eagle has to your brother and what he plans or might want to do with it. From there we have motives, and then from there we can learn about him. And then we can start worrying about how we take down his pack. In the meantime, we'll recruit, try to get bigger.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like a very good plan. I'm pretty much done with doing that. You know, going off. Always seems like when I do go off, nothing
Oh,
ever
something always
goes right.
happens, man. Trust me,
Yeah, yeah,
I've been a Garo since I was the later end of being 16. Anytime you go out in that city alone, there's a fucking problem. Somebody just can't handle you being around them because, your rage fucks with them. Fucking people have first changes in bars randomly. It's fucking mess. That's why I told you what I told you, Shinlo. I'm telling you as somebody who's been through this shit before, who has experience with it. This is not my first pack. And to be honest with you, that frightens the fuck out of me. So we gotta be careful. I may be hard, but I want the best for you guys. And I mean that. Even if I might not like what you do. And I might come at you. I only mean to do things for the best intentions to make you learn. So let's all understand and make a point to rely on each other. That's what this is all about.
And Felix nods.
Shinlo will nod, and then he will just raise a finger up.
The fuck you got to say, Shinlo? He just kind of says it, kind of like in a playing way, like to kind of like defeat
Yeah,
Eric, because Eric feels a little
yeah,
vulnerable at the moment, and he's not
yeah.
used to that.
And Shinlo will smile and be like, Beta, and basically he will be referring to, Felix. if you don't mind me saying that. Felix Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you could do? You're like one of the smartest people on the set. Is there anything you can do research about the Jaded Eagle?
There are avenues I could explore, but to be completely honest, Shinlo, this is the first I've heard of the properties and importance of jade. If it's something that you and your tribe are intimately familiar with, perhaps there is some manner of texts or recorded history that maybe you have access to that we don't.
Could we possibly speak to Chimera? Would you being the spokesperson?
Chimera does sponsor our cairn. I don't see why not.
Just make sure you make the appropriate offerings.
I was thinking we all go together.
Well, yeah.
You still got to offer something for, you know.
Oh, yeah. I should know such things, but yeah. Of course, I will always offer to the basically. It's a part of my trial.
All right, before we do that, let's see if we can just pound the ground and see what we can find here first as far as physical text or anybody we can speak to. Follow any leads there before we, go talking to spirits.
Of course.
Agreed.
I will just like to say this. We have more pressing matters, so if we can not on hold, but focus on set matters, that would be good too. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, but Shinlo, this is still very important to you, and if it's put you in this sort of situation twice, it's something that does need to be handled.
There's always going to be sept issues. That's never going to change. If we just hold out for that, then the issues with you is never going to stop. So we'll handle our duties and then still handle the issues that you're having. We are having with your brother.
This is a pack matter now.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I also spoke with Chloe Ryan earlier this week.
Regarding what?
He scratches his bald head about the songs I sung.
Which one?
Worms Guard.
What does she have to say?
Brought up some stuff she thought that was overriding the deed name she gave you, and I was trying to explain to her that it kind of doesn't work like that, but since she's a Black Fury, who fights hard like our own is kind of, and I want to say those certain things, so I just was like, no, ma'am, it's okay,
Interesting. Well, she indeed gave me a D name, but if she was so worried about the tail, she had the chance to say it herself, and she didn't. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I kind of just, went along doing what I was doing until, certain
You did.
events
You did make
happened.
sure to respect her, though, right?
Oh, yes, of course. I didn't say nothing, No, yeah. I made sure. That's
Good.
what I did.
Then you're fine. Anyways, just so that you guys know, Yakar, or Hunter's Mane, came to me for a fostering challenge. I issued her one.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Did you beat her up? And that's what Shinlo just like.
She expected that. She wanted to fight, but I gave her a more personal battle. She's to stand in one spot next to the Fenris shrine. She's to stay there for 72 hours altogether, but after her patrol, she stands in that one spot. She cannot leave the set for 72 hours, she cannot fall asleep for 72 hours, and she cannot frenzy or talk to anybody else outside of the sept. I don't know if I said that or not already. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh. You gave her the long vigil.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't mind poking her with a stick every now and then, don't go too hard in the paint with her, but just enough to fucking agitate her enough. I wouldn't be too mad if you did that. I already sent Aiden a text to fuck with her.
And Shinlo will start eating his food at that. Eric Ryan, I would just say this, that he will be enough for her.
Oh, I know. I know, trust me, that's why I sent him. At least, sent him, but asked him to do it. As a favor.
Well, made a frenzy once before.
I don't really need him to do that, but just enough to test her. This is a test on multiple levels. We'll see how she does. I can guarantee you she is not happy about it.
It's a wise challenge then.
Mm-hmm. She expected a fight, and I gave her the one she wasn't expecting.
The one against herself.
Mm-hmm.
The Long Vigil. That sounds like an excellent deed name if you pass it. I'll talk to Banshee Ryan about it. See if she would, do something.
I don't know. If I was a Galliard, I'd call her chill as fuck.
That's a...
Oh gosh. That's funny, but I don't know if I would.
Hey.
Hey. I just call her chill or fuck. Hey, fuck.
This is what
his food like.
All right. Anyways, let's not talk shit about my shield sister.
Of course.
Hey.
Is she your sister?
At the end of the day, this is why we weren't born on that moon.
You're right. No, she is not my real sister. Though I do have a sister though.
Where? Oh, where is she?
I don't know. She's the alpha of the Children of the Spirit Wilds.
Oh, what?
God damn it, David.
I tried. I couldn't keep it in.
Shiloh's just looking like
Raven's third eye.
What do you mean?
Raven's third eye is my sister.
Oh. Yes. Of course. And just start eating his food.
Is there a problem?
In that way? No, not at all. It's no problem at all. She is a lovely woman.
I think she can be a bitch sometimes.
That's none of my business, but I would eat. Oh.
It's my sister you're talking about. My actual blood. And she's been more loyal to me than my actual father. So watch your mouth. And he kind of just winks at Felix.
He just bites his tongue.
You know, I would have preferred if my brother would have been just an asshole instead of a fallen asshole. I could have dealt with that a little bit better than that, and then having him bash my mother's brain in.
Yeah, man. We'll make sure we handle that.
Yeah.
But fuck it. I'm hungry. Let's eat.
I'm telling you, these crab cakes are the bomb diggity.
He's like just stammers for a second, like grabs another handful of fucking crab cakes and just fucking pitches them again.
Why don't you just try? Why do you have to do this to me?
Because you didn't back me up at all.
I did after the. Well, yeah, I'm sorry.
After being told, you asshole.
Yeah, that's on me.
Of course, the beta duty is always to back up the alpha, and Shiloh just smiles and just eat his food. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah.
You're at fault for this, Shitloaf. These crab cakes too damn good.
So yeah, Eric is gonna come over and like, I guess this is like the traditional Japanese table again. So he'll kind of like
pretty much,
and then grab that whiskey and pour it in his tea, and then start drinking, and then start just piling food on his plate.
And I get it. Well,
I'm pretty much done.
And do Felix do anything, or do he just get more crab cakes?
He's going ham on these crab cakes. Like this is just a new revelation. Like it's as if he's had a vision from Gaia herself.
And Jello just. Oh my bad.
Yeah, but yeah, he's just gonna pile them on, and every once in a while have a very genuine smile on his face, despite some very tired eyes and some thicker than usual stubble.
And basically, Shinlo would just, he'll be eating his food, but y'all can notice that his hands just be shaking. Then they'll just stop. They'll just start eating again. And now the pack of the Urban Vigil enjoys their first meal together. All right. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another exciting installment of Living Worlds of Darkness, Rage Across New York. As DJ Callan says,